Hello everyone. Happy Friday. Look at all my friends here. I didn't know who would be here on a Friday. Hello to everybody. Hi Joanne and Deb and Lisa Meese. Love you girly. And Joanne. Thank you for joining me tonight on a Friday evening. This is day 4 of my 10 days of Halloween. And hey Cheryl. We have another great project to share tonight. Hi, Mary B. Football starts tonight. Hi, Renee. Oh, my gals are here. My peeps. All right, I am so excited for my next one. Do I say that like every night? I think I do. But for review, these are the ones we've had so far. So if you're interested in any of these, you just can check my blog. And you can get the directions and the PDFs for this. This is my mini moon pie treat box. Love the yellow moon pies. Those are the banana flavored. Also have the chocolate if you don't like those. Number 2 was my tuck behind box. Mine has little gummies in, but you can kind of put whatever you love. And yesterday I did my door hanger. This one is a favorite. You can really stock this one full of candy. This is a great way to give candy to somebody. You can surprise them. We used to do ghosting when my kids were young. This would be a great way to ghost somebody in your neighborhood. Use this little guy. All right, so let's get back to where we were. And let's see, I'm in the wrong spot. There we go. We're going to have a new one this evening that I'm very excited about. We're moving away a little bit from the treats, the edible treats. Okay, we're going to go ahead and do this cute little lip balm box or lip balm treat box. Isn't that so cute? I love it. And then you just open it here on the side. And it's just kind of the standard size little lip balm. All those trick-or-treaters need to have soft, supple lips. We all know that. But this is a quick put together. This is not tough at all. So this will be a fun one to put together. Just go to the Weiss and find some cute little lip balms and you're good to go. All right, let's see what we got here. And as always, there will be a PDF on my blog when I finish up this evening that you can download and put together your lip balm holders. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am shifting gears a little bit and going with a different color. We've done lots of our projects in the oranges. We have the pumpkin pie orange that we used, and we have the Calypso Coral Orange. Both are perfect for Halloween. It's really your preference. Let's go ahead and go over the products that I'm using. I'm using the same ones mostly, but we will review them very quickly. Okay, I'm going to be using the Gingham Cottage DSP. This is a great pack. This has 40 sheets. It's a big monster pack, but what's great about it, it's all gingham pattern. And it has colors that will work through all the seasons, through all the holidays. So I thought it was a great one to grab, and it has great colors for Halloween. I'm going to be also using a little gingham ribbon. This is the black and white gingham. This is in the annual catalog if you're looking. And then finally is the Scary Cute stamp set. Love this one with the little silhouettes, and I thought it had really super good sentiments. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using this evening. In fact, that's what we're going to be using for all 10 of the projects. Okay, so let's go ahead and move the other projects away here. And we're going to start with this piece of Parakeet Party. Isn't that just the prettiest color? It's like fluorescent granny apple green. It would be the best way to describe it. Just very bright. I've always loved this color. And I thought I loved Granny Apple Green, but Parakeet Party has taken over because it's just a little more bright. Okay, this piece is cut at 5 inches by 7 1/4 inches. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the scoring board here. How's everybody's week gone? It is Friday after all. Lots of football to watch over the weekend, so I'm pretty excited. So I hope everybody's got great plans for the weekend. All right, this is the long side. Okay, we're going to score at 2 1/4, 4 1/2, 5 1/4, 6, 6 3/4. Okay, so those are our score lines on the long side. You can tell this part's going to be the part that folds up to make the box that the lip balm goes in. Now we're going to turn it on the short side, the 5-inch side, and here we're going to do 3/8, and 3/8 is the third little tick mark over, then 1 1/8, 3 7/8, 4 5/8. Okay, so there we have all our scoring done. Okay, I'm gonna grab my bone folder. Yeah, who do they play this week? Oh, they play Tennessee. That's gonna be a good game, Mary. I'm excited to see that one. Oh, I'm excited to see all of them, kind of. All right, and I am heading to Clemson next weekend, so I am super excited, getting ready to go. All right, so now I'm just going ahead and I am creasing all my score lines, both from the long side and the short side. Don't forget these little skinny ones on the end. These create your little flap that goes on the inside of the box on both sides. Okay, gonna grab my template. There's a picture of the template on your PDF as well as on the blog, just to give you an idea, because it's easier to look at how it's cut rather than me trying to describe it. Okay, so let's take a look here. This is how it's going to be cut to complete it. Okay, so let's grab our piece here, and you're going to notice, if you're holding it in landscape, there's 2 larger panels here. Okay, these are going to fold over on each other to make this back section a little more firm and stiff so that it won't get curled up. So this is actually going to be the back where we put our sentiment. Okay, so we are going to cut away everything but the center 2 large panels. Okay, so I'm going to grab my scissors, and holding it now in the portrait, I'm going to go into the second vertical score line, cut up through the first horizontal to the second horizontal, and cut that off. Okay, I'm just forming the little part that we're going to fold over to strengthen it, and then that's going to have our little sentiment on it. Same thing on the other side. Up 2 score lines and then cut that off. Okay, there we are so far. Okay, now let's turn it this way. Now, you'll notice that there are 3 smaller panels here and then a even smaller one. This is the one that we're going to be putting our glue on to stick to the inside of the box. So we are going to cut off both of those little tiny rectangle and square on the edge there. Okay, now these are going to form the sides of the box, the flap that closes the box and the flaps that fold in. So I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm just going to cut up both of those score lines that are left just to free up the 3 flaps. Okay, now the flap in the middle is going to be the one that closes on the box. So we're going to leave that one the way it is. I'm going to cut off a little bit of that score line there. And I'm just going to give the edge a little bit of a wedge there so that we can fit that nicely into the box. I can hear myself, so I don't have something off all the way. Now these 2 are going to be flaps that just fold into the box before the other one. So I'm going to cut these off just below that score line. Okay, so there we have those 2. These are going to fold in, and then that one's going to fold over on top. we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Okay, so we're going to go up like that. This one is going to be our center. So we're going to pull that away, keep this, and just take a tiny little notch off that. And then these two we want to take off just below the score line, and they're going to fold right into the box. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of a wedge off these 4 tabs that are going to fold in, just so they'll fold in a little nicer and won't interfere with the lid or the flap that closes up the box. Can't hold on to it today. So this is a nice project. If you have lots to make, you can get 2 out of 1 piece of designer series paper, and you really use very little of the DSP. So this is a great one. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the glue, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to fold this panel over on top of the panel below it. This is going to make it stronger so it will stand up better in the trick-or-treater's bag. Okay, so we're just going to fold that over. I'll take my bone folder and just fold that down like that. Okay, now we're going to go ahead, before we fold up the box, we're going to go ahead and make our little embellishment for the box. Now to do that, we need a piece of basic white cardstock. And let me see, this is cut at 2 inches by 2.5 inches. Okay, this is going to go right here. All right, now you want to be careful because the bottom portion is going to be covered. So you want to make sure that you stamp your images up towards the top of the panel. Okay, first thing I'm going to stamp is the cute little trick-or-treaters, the little trio of trick-or-treaters. Okay, I love this one. This one's so cute. All right, I'm going to do this in the Parakeet Party, my favorite color. And I'm going to go ahead and remember, I'm going to stamp it slightly high. Don't want to put it right in the middle. You want to go slightly high. You don't have to go right to the top, but you want to make sure that you're definitely above the center. Let me show you how it looks. There, just like that. Okay. And then you're going to stamp your sentiment right over it. Okay, so we're going to grab the Memento ink. We're going to put Say Boo and Scary on. So cute. And I'm just going to stamp that right over my little trick-or-treaters. Okay, that is how easy my embellishment is tonight. Look at that pretty color. Okay, now let's bring our box back in, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to adhere this to that back panel that we just doubled. Okay. All right, so there we go. Now we're going to fold the box up, and to do that, we need to put a little bit of glue on this outside flap. It's a little shorter than the others. Don't need a lot of glue. Okay, now a great tip is to close up the box. Let's say at the second one, let's see, the first score or fold after this panel, you're going to fold over on that. Okay, and you're just going to press down. Okay, so I folded at the second from the panel, and then I pressed down the place where I put the glue, and that makes a perfect square. You can see right in there that it creates a nice square for you. Okay, now we can actually still keep it flat if we keep it open, and we can put on the last bit of embellishing, and that's just going to be a couple pieces of the designer series paper. Going to use these 2 pieces, and they are cut. I'm going to use the one that's on the diagonal. I like that one. This one has the straight up and down, so it's really whatever gingham you like. This is, let's see, what size are these little pieces here? They are, okay, 1/2 by 2.5. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of glue on the bottom. Now I'm putting it on the front panel and the top panel. Okay, you can always add a third one if you want to on the bottom, but just this is the front panel, and then the one that's right next to our sentiment is the top panel. Okay, and if you keep it flat like that, you can really push down on that and make sure they're very secure. All right, now we're ready to close it up. Let's close one side. We're going to push in the 2 flaps, and then we're going to close the lid. Okay. Okay. Now let me show you why this won't close. I did not cut enough off here, and it doesn't give the flap enough room to slide in beside the back there. So I'm going to take my scissors again, and I'm just going to snip this a little bit more. Okay, you might find that you're going to need to do that because that is a tiny, tiny box. Okay, so we're going in, and you can see now it has much more of a spot there to slide in. There we go. Okay, so you got to check and make sure your tabs are small enough. Okay, you. Now that's enough messing around with me. Oh, I see what I'm doing. I'm not sticking it in the box. I'm sticking it right behind the first. Okay, it's enough messing around. Let's cut off a little bit of this one. It is a teeny tiny spot that goes in. Yes, that's it. Now what is going on? There. Goodness grief. All right, there we go. Got the one closed after much trying. Now I'm going to grab one of my extra little. Okay, so this is pretty standard size. You can go ahead and place that right in there. And we're going to hope that I don't have as much of an issue on this one, or you might hear a stamping swear. Let's see. Let's see. All right, I'm going to cut them off a little bit because this is an awful small space that I have to put it in. So you might have to cut these little flaps, give them a little more of an angle just so he can fit in there. All right, here we go. Giving it a try. That looks better. And there we go. Okay. Now, last thing we're going to do is we're going to add a little bow up on the left-hand side. Hey, Deb. Welcome. Happy Friday. All right, I'm just going to take my black and white gingham, and for this, I'm just going to make a little bow on the end of my roll of ribbon. Just another tip I've shared before is don't cut a piece of ribbon off your roll. Just go ahead and tie the bow while it's still attached to the roll, and then you waste less. And you know how we are about our ribbon. We don't want to waste it if we can help it, right, girls? All right, so there is the ribbon. Okay, and all I'm going to do here, I'm going to make it a little smaller. Went a little crazy on that one. Okay, let me snip these that one's good. This one's a little too long. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a glue dot, and I'm going to just adhere that to the top left-hand corner of my box. See how easy this one is? I don't even know how many minutes we are into the live stream, but these can be made really, really quickly. See, isn't that so cute? I think it's cute for a kid. I think it's cute for an adult. It's lip balm season coming up here, so everybody loves them. So that is day 4 of my 10 days of Halloween. Now, I won't be doing one on Saturday and Sunday, so I will be back on Monday at 7 and go every day next week, and then Monday of the following week. So keep coming back, and I hope you're getting some great ideas that are inspiring you to give it a shot and make some Halloween treats for your favorite trick-or-treaters. All right, so let me bring in all of our 4 so far and let me know which is your favorite so far. Okay, and we will be doing some more non-edible treats, so stay tuned for those, but we're also going to be doing some that you can eat as well. So let me know which ones you like the best, and I will see you Monday at 7 o'clock. So have a great weekend and keep on stamping. Bye-bye now.